Hi. Hello. We are about to sell the Chametz. This is something that we do before Pesach, and it's my obligation to explain to you why we do this. Okay? I have to do it before you sign the document. It's part of the regulations. So first you have to understand that we, Jewish people, we are not allowed to eat Chametz for Passover during the duration of the biblical holiday of Passover that we call Pesach or Chag HaMatzot. Now, what is Chametz? I have to explain to you what is Chametz, so you have an idea what we're talking about here. Chametz is things that they are made with grains. For example, flours, baked goods, yeast, cereal, ketchup, mustard, pasta, etc. And some drinks, like beer. Do you like beer? It's Chametz. We are not allowed to have beer. Whiskey, we are not allowed to have whiskey because it's made out of wheat. So we are not allowed to have whiskey. Cognac, soda pops, etc. We are not allowed to have during Passover unless that they are specifically made for Passover. So all that is Chametz. We are also going to sell you all the pets. People who have pets at home, because what happened with the pets is they feed on Chametz. So we are going to sell you the pets and the Chametz we used to feed them, and then you're going to give them permission to feed your pets during Passover with your Chametz. Okay? Is that okay? Great. Then medicine, for example, pills also contain Chametz. And this is something that we have to discuss in advance, that even though we are selling you all the Chametz that contains the medicines, you're going to give permissions to people who need to take those medicines. They can take it anywhere during Pesach. You have to give them permission because it's your Chametz, right? Then what happened is there are some utensils that also have Chametz in them. For example, pots and pans. Doesn't matter how well you clean it, there are always particles of Chametz. So unfortunately, we cannot sell you the pots and pans, because if we do that, then if I buy it back from you, we have to take it to the mikveh. We have to immerse it in a special way. It's too complicated. So we are not going to sell you the pots and pans, but we are going to sell you the Chametz inside the pots and pans. I don't know why you need that, but you're buying it anyway. Okay? Because for us, it's not just that we are not allowed to eat the Chametz, we cannot possess the Chametz. Two prohibitions. We cannot eat it, we cannot own it. Okay, so we are not going to eat Chametz during Pesach, and we are not going to possess it. How do you do that? We sell it to you, because you are non-Jewish. You are non-Jewish, right?
Yeah.
Oh, just to be sure. So you don't have the prohibition. So you can buy it from us. So we can all be happy. Okay? But the rabbis say that it's not just enough with selling you the Chametz. We are going to rent you the places where the Chametz is stored. We are going to rent you the places where the Chametz is stored. So I'm not only selling you, for example, the Chametz that is in my house, I'm renting you my house. And then you are going to give us permission to use it, to use the house that you are renting from us. Okay? Now, Chametz could be inside the house in many places, right? Could be in my home, could be in some people's cottages, could be in some people's offices, businesses, could be in the car, could be sometimes in the pockets, the jackets. Sometimes people forget to clean it. Never happened to anybody, right? Sure. Sometimes you forget, I don't know, like a piece of chocolate or something, that's Chametz. So if it's there, now it's yours. Could be inside books. You're reading a book, eating a sandwich, and you have crumbs there, that's Chametz, but we are not allowed to possess it. We are selling you all that to you. Could be under a sofa pillow, for example. We are selling you that to you. So all that Chametz contained in all those places is going to be yours, and you can do with it whatever you want. You can sell it, you can rent it, you can gift it, you can burn it, you can eat it. This is the trick. Whatever you eat, you have to pay for it. Okay? So, Because what we are going to do today is we are going to start this selling process. You are going to give me just a deposit, and then we are going to discuss the final price at the end of Passover. If after we do that, at the end of Passover, you don't want to buy it, you don't want to pay all that money for all the chametz, we are going to buy the document back from you. So the chametz is again ours. Okay? So, how are we going to know after Pesach how much all this chametz is worth? We are going to have, if you want to buy the chametz after Pesach, we are going to bring 3 experts. They're going to assess all that chametz, and they will tell you how much you owe. But only if you want to buy it. If you don't want to buy the chametz, there is nothing else to do. Now, as I said, I'm not only selling you my chametz, I'm also selling you all the chametz from all these people who signed a harsha'a, which basically is a power of attorney, and they made me their agent so I can sell you their chametz. I have all the names here for all the people who want to sell their chametz through me. Okay? Now, this is the thing. I was reading all these papers with people who sign here. Sometimes there are mistakes. For example, somebody sold me their chametz, but they forgot to include in the document their cottage. They forgot they have a cottage, and they forgot they have chametz, but they had to sell it, so they forgot. So we're going to include it in the selling anyway, if it was their mistake. Okay? Sometimes what happens is they forget to sign it. So we're going to accept it anyway. Okay? Very good. Very good. And sometimes what happens is because people have to drop this off at the front desk, maybe the secretary forgot to give me one. We're going to include that anyway, okay, into the selling, because it might come later because they forgot to give it to me before the deadline. So it's all included. We have to state that before we continue. Okay, so again, all the chametz and the places where they're stored are going to be yours. Let's go again one more time about the special permissions that we need to ask you. First, that we can feed your pets with your chametz. Okay? Whatever they eat, we're going to take it out of the price at the end of Pesach if you want to buy it. Again, if people need medicine during Pesach, they can have it. Then sometimes what happens is, even though people clean their houses before Passover, during Passover, they found, I don't know, maybe under the rug, they find some more chametz, and they want to burn it, because they don't want to see that chametz during Pesach. You allow them to do that. Okay? Remember, it's your chametz, so you have to say, yeah, very good, very good. And again, and they could have the right of passage on the houses that we are renting. So they can still use it, okay? So they can go to their bedroom, to the bathroom, to go pick up the mail, etc. You are allowing them to do that. Okay? So, this is the thing. I wish I could take all the chametz from everybody and give it to you, but it's impossible. So we are going to make a transaction so you can possess the chametz without having it in your hands. Okay? How are we going to do that? Number one, we're going to rent you all the places where the chametz are, and by renting those places, all the chametz inside is yours. Very good. And you're going to give me a deposit now, and then the final price is going to be discussed at the end of Pesach. Now, you're going to not only rent it, but just in case, we're going to make another transaction when you are going to specifically buy all the chametz. And again, you're going to give me a deposit for that. Then you're going to admit that you do want to buy the chametz. You have to say it, I want to buy the chametz. You're going to do that in a minute. Okay? And then you're going to give me something that is yours, like a handkerchief or a bandana. Okay? And by the act that you give me that, I am giving you all the chametz. Okay? What you do give to me is the bandana. What I'm giving you is all the chametz. Then we're going to shake hands, because that's the way, gentlemen do business. At the end, we shake hands. I will admit that all the chametz is yours, And then finally, we are going to sign the document, and it's going to be notarized. That's why we have a notary here. So this is a formal transaction. Now, according to the rabbis, each one of those steps that I told you, that I'm going to rent it, you're going to buy it, you're going to give me something that is yours, etc. Each one of those steps should be enough, should suffice. But because different rabbis couldn't agree which one is the way we should use, in these days we do all, just in case. Because if one way doesn't work, the other way will work. Okay, that's why we do it different ways. It sounds redundant. It sounds that we are doing too many things. Yeah, right? Maybe just by shaking hands should be enough. But some rabbis said, no, it's not enough. Well, maybe just by giving him money should be enough. Maybe, but some rabbis said, no, it's not enough. So we don't want to fight. We do different ways, knowing that at least one is going to work. Okay? Very good. We are going to begin with the ceremony where you are going to sign the document. First, let me check the names. Your name is Rafael Reyes. Very good. You are not Jewish.
No.
Very good. So, first, I'm going to rent you all the places where the Chametz is stored. Okay? And for that, you're going to give me $2. A tuni. No, just one. Just one tuni. This is just for the rental. Okay? One tuni. Very good. And with this, all the places with Chametz inside becomes yours. And the rest will be due at the end of Passover. Now you're going to buy all the Chametz. Not the rental. This is to buy the Chametz. And for that, you're going to give me a deposit of $2. Another tuni. Thank you. So all my Chametz, plus all the Chametz of the people who made me their delegates, is yours. Very good. Now, I want you to declare, repeat after me. I want all the Chametz, say it.
I want all the Chametz
In the places
in the places
that I rented
rented
to become mine.
to become mine.
Thank you very much. Now you're going to give me something yours, which is the handkerchief. Thank you, and take the handkerchief. And but this simple act, all the Chametz and the rental are yours. Now we're going to shake hands. Very good. And I'm going to say my declaration. I formally declare in front of all the witnesses that all the Chametz given to me by the people who made me their delegate via power of attorney is now yours. And we are going to put this in an envelope. The envelope is going to be sealed, so we know that nobody modified this. Okay? And we are going to sign the document, which states pretty much what I was explaining to you before. And basically, again, the last thing that it says here is that by any reason is any disagreement, we are going to deal with that disagreement according to the interpretation of the law made by the rabbis of Shaarey Zedek. Okay? I'm going to sign here. Rafael, please sign to the Rafael Reyes. Thank you. Wrong. Greek, who is also a notary. We'll seal it all up. Yes, please. Excellent. So, the document, this is yours. And that's it. Thank you very much. And I will see you after Pesach. We have to have another conversation. Okay? Okay? Thank you all for coming. Chag Sameach.
Thank you, Sister.